Have you ever felt like you were two completely different people in one body? One moment you see the world through rose-colored glasses, and the next, everything seems dark and hopeless. This is what it feels like to experience splitting, a common symptom of borderline personality disorder. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, where we discuss all things related to mental health. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic that is associated with borderline personality disorder: splitting. From the things that trigger splitting, to how long BPD splitting lasts, and of course, how long you can manage borderline splitting, and particularly, one unique hack for managing splitting in BPD. This is going to be my special bonus to you for sticking until the end of the video, so I encourage you to stay put for that part of the video. So let's start with a basic definition of what exactly splitting means. It is a term used to describe the way that people with BPD perceive and interact with the world around them. More like a defense mechanism that can cause them to see people and situations as either all good or all bad, with no in between. And this makes it difficult for them to maintain healthy relationships and can also lead to intense emotional turmoil. Imagine a person with BPD is in a relationship with someone they care about deeply. One day, their partner does something that the person with BPD perceives as hurtful. Suddenly, their partner goes from being the perfect, loving person in their eyes to being a terrible, hateful person. This can lead to intense feelings of anger, betrayal, and hurt. It's important to note that splitting is not something that people with BPD can control. It's a symptom of the disorder, and not something they can just stop doing. It can be a tough thing to deal with, both for the person with BPD and for their loved ones. So, what does splitting feel like? For those who experience it, it can be overwhelming and confusing. You know, it feels like a constant battle between two opposing thoughts or feelings. As in my previous example, the person views a loved one as the best person in the world one moment, and then sees them as the worst person the next. This can make it difficult for people with BPD to trust others. One person with BPD may describe splitting as feeling like they are on a roller coaster of emotions. One moment they may feel completely in love, and the next, they feel intense anger and hatred. This can be incredibly distressing, as the person may not understand why they are feeling such intense emotions towards someone they care about. Another person with BPD may describe splitting as feeling like they are living in two different worlds. They may have a positive view of themselves one day, feeling confident and capable, but the next day, they may have a negative view and feel worthless and incapable, which makes it difficult for them to make decisions or take action in their daily lives. But what triggers this type of thinking in BPD? Honestly, it can be something as small as a misinterpreted comment or something as big as a major life change. Understand that splitting is a defense mechanism. It's a way for the person with BPD to cope with intense emotions and feelings of abandonment. So, when someone with BPD is triggered, they may feel overwhelmed or may resort to splitting as a way to make sense of the situation. One major trigger for splitting is a perceived abandonment or rejection. This could be anything from a loved one canceling plans, a friend not responding to a message, or even a coworker not acknowledging you in the break room. For someone with BPD, these actions may be perceived as a sign of rejection, and they may immediately see the person as all bad. Another trigger for splitting is a change in the relationship dynamic. This could be anything from a new partner moving in, a friend getting engaged, or even a coworker getting promoted. These changes can be difficult for someone with BPD to process and may trigger feelings of abandonment. They may see the person as all good when things are going well, but as soon as something happens, this changes. I should mention that splitting isn't always negative, because it can also be triggered by positive experiences, such as meeting someone new or starting a new job. So, as you can see, there are many triggers for splitting in BPD, but understand that it's a defense mechanism and not a sign of weakness. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, please hit that subscribe button for more content like this. It would really help our small channel grow. so we can make even more videos for you. Next, we'll talk about how long splitting in BPD lasts. The short answer is, it varies. Splitting can happen at different times and in different situations, and it can last for different lengths of time. For some individuals, splitting may happen in short bursts, where they may experience intense emotions and switch back and forth between perceiving someone as all good or all bad. These episodes may last for a few minutes or hours, and then the individual may be able to shift back to a more balanced perspective. For others, splitting may happen over a longer period of time, where they may perceive someone as all good for weeks or months, and then suddenly switch to perceiving them as all bad. These episodes may last for months or even years, and it can be difficult to shift back to a more balanced perspective. Stopping borderline splitting is not something that can be fixed overnight. It's a process that takes time and effort, but with the right tools and support, you can make progress. One of the most effective ways to stop borderline splitting is through therapy. Therapy helps you understand the underlying causes of your symptoms and teaches you coping mechanisms to manage them. It can also help you develop a better understanding of yourself and how your thoughts and emotions affect your relationships. Another important aspect of stopping borderline splitting is building a strong support system. This can include friends and family, but it's also important to seek out a therapist or counselor who specializes in borderline personality disorder. They can provide you with the guidance and support you need to navigate this journey. One other key component is self-care, and this can include things like exercise, healthy eating, and getting enough sleep. Practicing mindfulness and meditation can also help you stay present in the moment and not get caught up in negative thoughts or emotions. Finally, always remember that you are not alone. Many people struggle with borderline splitting, and there is help available. So be kind to yourself, and even on days you have a setback. Progress is not always a straight line, so you'll need to be patient and compassionate with yourself. Now, managing splitting can be tough, but I've got a hack that can really help. It's called the gray box. Essentially, the gray box is a visual representation of the gray area between black and white. It's a way to remind yourself that people, situations, and even your own thoughts and feelings are not always all good or all bad. To create your own gray box, grab a blank piece of paper and draw a big box in the middle. Inside the box, write gray area in big letters. Then around the box, draw little boxes or circles and label them with things that may trigger your splitting. For example, you might label one box, my partner, and another, my boss. Whenever you find yourself getting stuck in black and white thinking, take a look at your gray box. Remind yourself that the person or situation in question is not all good or all bad, but rather falls somewhere in a gray area. This can help you start seeing things more objectively and with more nuance. Borderline splitting is a complex and often misunderstood concept in psychology, but we hope this video has helped shed some light on the topic. Remember, if you or someone you know is struggling with borderline personality disorder or related issues, it's important to seek professional help. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more informative videos on mental health and self-improvement. Until next time.